Hi guys, my name is Trinh and today I'm here to do a book haul. So I am here to do the part 2 of this book haul because I did part 1 like a couple of weeks ago, and I'll have the link of that video down in the description box below. In that video, I talk about the novels that I've gotten for the past 6 months. Here, I'm going to show you the manga, comic books, and graphic novels that I have gotten for the past 6 months or so. And it's very exciting because I just love manga, comic books, graphic novels. I think they're like amazing. I have found some really good ones. So yeah, let's get started. Of course, we have to talk about Avatar: The Last Airbender. If you don't know, that is like one of my favorite shows of all time. Actually, it's my favorite show of all time. It's like #1. Of course, I really want to get the comic books because I'm like collecting the comic books from Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra. So this is Imbalance part 1, 2, and 3. I believe Sandy gave me part 1 for my birthday, so thank you so much, Sandy. I know for a fact that part 3, my boyfriend gave this to me for our 1-year anniversary, so thank you so much, Jonathan. I have all 3 parts. I read this in May and I really enjoy it. So basically, this is about the conflict between the benders and the non-benders. It's really great to see the gang just figuring things out, and it's just nice to see Aang, Katara, Toph, Sokka, and Suki again. And then of course we get some new characters. Also, I got this for my birthday, so my boyfriend gave this to me. This is Silver Spoon by Hiromu Arakawa. This is volume 1 and I read this back in March. I believe I've read like 7 volumes of this series so far, but I only have volume 1 because I borrowed the other volumes from my boyfriend. So this one is about a main character going to this agriculture high school, and he's just figuring his life out, meeting new friends and learning about farm animals. It's very cute and heartwarming. However, it's not my favorite series, but I still want to continue with the series because I do want to know how it's gonna end. So hopefully I will continue with this series in the future. Of course, I got The More Instruments, the graphic novel, and this is volume 3. So basically, this is the first half of City of Ashes, which is the second book of the TMI series. I am very happy to see the events in City of Ashes in this because I think Cassandra Ching did a really good job illustrating everything. So I cannot wait to get volume 4. I believe it's coming out in like a few months, sometime this year. Of course, we have to talk about The Legend of Korra: Ruins of the Empire. I have part 1, 2, and 3. So this one has Kuvira. If you have watched the show, then you know about Kuvira. I will say that if you really enjoy season 4 of The Legend of Korra, which is the very last season, then I think you definitely need to read this trilogy because it's just so fun. I just really enjoyed this way more than I thought. I think part 2 is my favorite. It was really great. I think this trilogy is very funny. There's a lot of action scenes and it's just nice to see the characters again. So highly recommend this trilogy. And like I said, if you really enjoy The Legend of Korra season 4, then you definitely need to read this trilogy. The next book is Almost American Girl by Robin Ha. Thank you so much to my boyfriend Jonathan for giving this to me for graduation. This is a graphic memoir about the author, and I really love this book because I just feel so represented. Basically, Robin Ha was born in South Korea, and then she and her mom moved to America when she was like 12 or 13 years old. I don't remember her age, but I just really relate to that because I moved to America when I was only 8 years old. We went through the same journey. That's how I feel when I read this book, okay? Of course, the most important part about this book is the author's relationship with her mom when she was very young. They have a very complicated relationship. However, her mom is the only person in her family that she has. They have to like stick together, and I just really adore this story. I made Jonathan read this because I love it that much, and you will see this book in my top, actually no, that's not a title, but like my favorite books of 2020, you know? This will definitely make the list because I love it. And now let's quickly talk about this manga series. This is Otakoi Love is Hard for Otaku volume 1, 2, and 3. I watched the anime on Amazon Prime, I think back in May, and I loved the anime so much. The thing is, there's only 1 season and I really needed more content. I decided to read the manga because the events from the first 2 volumes will be in the anime. However, in volume 3, I believe we will have new content. I have read volume 1 and 2 so far. I will read this week hopefully, so I'm very excited for this. I forgot to say that the author is Fuchita. I think that's how you say it. But basically, this manga is about these adults who are nerds. Basically, our main character Narumi, she gets this new job and she meets an old friend named Hirotaka. They meet other adults who are nerds as well, so they play games, they go to bookstores, they have fun at convention center. It's just so fun and heartwarming. However, I will say that I am not a big fan of how this is depicted. I guess it's really hard to describe, but basically this is told in episodes. It's just all over the place in my opinion. So like volume 1, I was just so frustrated, so I prefer the anime a little bit more. But I did read volume 2 like last week and I really enjoyed this, and I cannot wait to read this one because like I said, we're getting new content. So very happy with this, even though it did hurt my wallet. Manga is not cheap, okay? It's really not. Oh my god, it's really not cheap. But I got these books used, so I did save a little bit of money. Of course, I got Tokyo Ghoul volume 1 and 2, and the author is Sui Ishida. Basically, Chloe from Books with Chloe recommended this series a couple of months ago. I got the first 2 volumes on Depop. I believe this is about ghosts in Tokyo. I don't know much about the story, but Chloe really loves this series and I do trust her recommendation. So hopefully I can start this maybe next month or in October, because I think this is like perfect for Halloween. Of course, I got Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. This is volume 1, 2, and 3. I have read all 3 volumes I think a couple of months ago and I love them all so much. As you can see, this is volume 1, and basically this story is about Nick and Charlie and how they became friends, and then eventually they became a couple. So it's really sweet and I adore all 3 volumes. But I have to say my favorite volume is volume 3. I had so much fun reading this. I just highly recommend this series. I believe you can read this online if you want to save money. As for me, I just prefer collecting these books because I want them in my collection. I did spend quite a lot of money, but I think it's worth it because I love the characters, I love the story, I love the representation, I love the art. I just really adore Heartstopper. The next manga that I got is Orange volume 1, and this is by Ichigo Takano. Basically, the main character, her name is Naho. She gets a letter from her future self saying that she needs to save this boy. I heard that this deals with a lot of heavy topics like suicide and self-harm, if I'm correct, depression as well. I'm planning to read this next month because I'm surprised that I haven't read this yet. I keep forgetting that I have it, but that's not good. But yeah, I just really need to read this because I really want to get volume 2 as well. Well, first I have to read this, see if I like it or not, and then get the second volume if I want to, you know, finish the series. I'm pretty sure I will, but yeah, I got this. Very excited to read this next month. Of course, I got Gyo by Junji Ito. All I know about this book is that it deals with fish. Luckily, I'm not scared of fish. I really enjoy fish, but I am like scared that I will be scared of fish after I read this book. Really want to read this. Hopefully I can read this either next month or in October because it's a horror manga, so I think it's perfect for Halloween. Of course, we have to talk about Beastars volume 1 and 7. I do not have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right now, but I will get them in the future. As of right now, I have these 2 volumes. This one was like $5. I took advantage of the sale and I got this immediately. Volume 7 on the other hand is the most recent volume, so I got this because I really want to start collecting the volumes, so I might as well get this one because I really want to continue with this series. I have fallen in love with this series thanks to my boyfriend because he's the one who recommended the manga series to me, and I really appreciate it because I really enjoy this story. At the beginning of volume 1, an alpaca, which is an herbivore, was killed at school, and of course this creates a lot of tension between the carnivores and the herbivores. We follow a bunch of characters, but the main character is Legoshi and he is a gray wolf. Basically, he falls in love with this rabbit whose name is Haru, and that's all I can say. I just really love this series so much. So volume 8 I believe will be out next month in September, and you bet your ass I'm going to get it immediately. Of course, I have to get Your Name. So this is the manga, and this is by Makoto Shinkai and Ranmaru Kotone. I think that's how you say it. As you can see, this is volume 1, volume 2, and then volume 3 right here. I think this is my favorite cover because you get to see the 2 main characters. If you don't know, Your Name is my favorite movie of all time. The thing is, I believe the anime is way better than the manga. Just watch the anime and you'll be fine, okay? Like, you really don't need to read the manga, but since I bought this with my own money, I'm just gonna keep it for my collection. It's not bad per se, but then afterward, I'm just like, I could have saved my money by not reading this because I don't think it's necessary to read the manga after you watch the anime. I mean, there's some extra content and there are some changes, but nothing drastically, nothing that changed the entire entire story. So I just recommend the anime. I think you can watch it on Amazon Prime. It's phenomenal, okay? I love it so much. But basically this story is about our two main characters named Taki and Mitsuha. They switch bodies, so Mitsuha would be in Taki's body and Taki would be in Mitsuha's body, and they just have to learn about each other's lives. I'm not gonna say much because I don't want to spoil anything, but please watch the anime. It's so good. I definitely want to rewatch it sometime in the near future because I really miss the story. It's been like 6 months since I've seen it, so yeah, I need to rewatch it because it's literally phenomenal. Oh my god, I love it so much. So roughly 2 weeks ago, my boyfriend surprised me with these two books right here. This is the Bone series by Jeff Smith, and he got me volume 1 and 2. So this is Out from Boneville and The Great Cow Race. I have seen these books in the bookstore before, but I never really picked them up, and now that I have them, of course I really want to start this series. I think in the first volume it follows the 3 bone cousins, Phone Bone, Phony Bone, and Smelly Bone. I don't know much about this, to be honest, but I have a feeling that they're on an adventure. This is really cute, so thank you so much, Jonathan, for giving these books to me. He really spoiled me with books. So yeah, these are the 2 books that he got me 2 weeks ago. And now the final series that I have to talk about is Fence. I believe 2 days ago we went to Barnes & Noble and he got me volume 1 and 2. So thank you again to Jonathan, because holy shit, he really spoiled me, because before our Barnes & Noble trip I only have volume 4. However, I know for a fact that I want to get the first 3 volumes because I really want to start collecting this series for my collection, and because I've just loved the series very much. So he got me the first 2 volumes, and then I got this just yesterday. So I got this at Barnes & Noble, but oh my god. So this is volume 1, and basically it follows a main character named Nicholas, who is the illegitimate son of this very famous fencer. Nicholas loves to fence, and he's just trying to get into this fencing team at this boarding school. It's so good. I learned so much about fencing, and I love the characters as well. I think my favorite so far has to be volume 4 because I read this like 2 weeks ago and I loved it so much. This was so entertaining and I had so much fun reading this. I am very, very excited to have this in my collection, and like I said, thank you so much to Jonathan for buying volume 1 and 2 for me like 2 days ago. I think that's about it for my book haul. I'm very glad that I got this part over with because I have done my duty, you know. I have filmed 2 parts and this one will be up in a few days, hopefully, because I really want to get this up as soon as possible. But that's basically it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more videos, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.